Guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I just wanted to talk again about the truth about motivation, but I wanted to tell you guys the truth about having a routine, because oftentimes, I hear people say, I have to lose sleep in order to get to where I want to be. In order to get here, you got to be willing to lose sleep. And I agree with that to an extent, but I'm going to tell you exactly why that can be coming from a poor mindset. Sometimes it could be coming from a place of scarcity. So sometimes whenever people are new on their passion or they're excited about something, they're like, I don't care, I'll lose sleep to do this. And it can be okay. It can be okay whenever it's for a certain period of time, when it's only going to last like a month or a week. But anything more than that becomes quite excessive. And I want to say this because habits are important. It is important to have extremely great habits. It is important to make sure that you've been building on the things that you do. And when I say that, I mean, if you have the habit of going out every single night, it's going to be hard to let that go. If you have the habit of eating bad, it's going to be hard to let that go. If you have the habit of not working out, it's going to be hard to let that go. So if you have the habit of, I need to lose sleep to make money, you are going to lose sleep and get in the habit of losing sleep in order to make money. And then your brain is going to, register that as, in order to make money, I need to lose sleep. If I'm not losing sleep, I'm not making any money, which can be an issue because you start to build a bad habit without even realizing it. So I want to challenge you, instead of having the mindset, I have to lose sleep, have the mindset, I might have to lose sleep for a week because I'm behind in my bills. So now I got to grind extra hard for a week to get ahead. Or maybe I have to grind extra hard for a month to get ahead. But after that, it's pointless and it's very depleting because you end up, going on an energy deficit. You go on an entire energy deficit and, say today's Friday and I don't get no sleep. That means I'm using tomorrow's energy. I'm using Saturday's energy to fuel me today. And then on Saturday, I'm using Sunday's energy to fuel me for Saturday. Before you know that, I'm in energy debt. And now I have a whole burnout. And during that burnout, I stopped being disciplined. I stopped doing what I need to do. I'm sleeping at times that I shouldn't sleep because my body is so sleep deprived. I'm not eating healthy because I'm just eating whatever instead of being intentional about my meals. And it sets you back a lot more than you realize it. So I think that it is super important for you to realize how important sleep is and how much of a role it actually plays in your life. Because if you are energized, you are more likely to get things done and get them done the right way. If you get things done the right way the first time, not even the first time, because you have to fail sometimes, but if you get things done the right way earlier on in your journey because you chose to fuel your body with things such as sleep, good food, water, then it is going to pay you in the long run rather than building the negative habit of thinking you have to lose sleep to get to where you want to be. And like I said, it could be useful for a week or it could be useful for a few weeks, up to a month, but anything after that, your brain is going to start registering that as something that you need to do. And then you're going to keep backtracking and having to take 20 steps back and then 10 steps forward and then 30 steps back and then 10 steps forward. And before you know it, you're more back than you are forward because you didn't do things the way that you should have done them. So I also want to remind you guys of how your day works and how energy works. In the very early morning when you wake up is the time that your body is most likely to be energized. So when people wake up in the morning, if people were to wake up at 6 in the morning and start working on their essay for college or start working towards their career or their goals, they would be laser locked in and doing that super efficient. And throughout the day, when your energy is up here, that's your energy starts off up here. Throughout the day, it lowers and lowers and lowers and lowers and lowers throughout the entire day until it's nighttime and it's time for you to go to sleep. And then it starts all over again. And then you go up and then you go back down, 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 down. It is important to take advantage of when you are up here. When you are up here, when you first wake up. And for you, that may not be 6 a.m. because you might have a schedule where you go in at 2 p.m. to work. So you need to be getting up at like 11 at least so you could have some time in between there to use your energy before you go to work to get something done, because that's when your day starts. But what I am saying is it's super important to look at your schedule, look at the time you wake up, and tell yourself, I'm going to use the time that I wake up to focus on me, especially if you're working for somebody else's job. If you're working a job that you don't want to work at, and if you love your job, you're passionate about your job, you don't care about how much you make, and you're okay with your job, close your ears, because this part will not be for you. If you are working at a job that you do not enjoy, or you do not want to do long term, it is not your passion, it is not everything that you desire, you need to be waking up before you go to that job a few hours early and putting the same amount of energy you give to another man's company, another man's dollar, to yourself. If you don't like the job you're working at, but you're there for 8 hours, when you first wake up, when you're waking up an hour before you got to go to work, that means your focus energy is laser being focused on another man's job. So I recommend that you wake up a little bit earlier before you go to work. Like I said, even if you go to work at 2, I'm going to use me for example. I go to work at 10:30 in the morning. So normally I try to wake up no later than 7:30. I'm up no later than 7:30, because at 7:30 I need the money. Dang, I don't want money already, but I need that time to focus on me and lock in. Of course, I get my daughter ready and stuff between that time, but I'm even trying to push it to at least 6 in the morning. But I use hours before I go into work to make sure I'm making videos like this. If you go back to a few videos ago, you'll see some of the videos where I'm doing my makeup for work in the morning. Or I'll go on I work out, I'll make a TikTok, and I may not edit the video on the TikTok right then and there, and I normally don't edit my YouTube videos like this, but I may not edit the TikTok right then and there, but I got it done, and I put time towards what I was passionate about, because I'm going to put me first before I put another man's dollar, before I put myself, before I put another man's passion. If I'm working, for example, this is not where I work, because I work at a daycare, but even a daycare, if I work at a daycare, no, I'm kind of passionate about it, so bad example. If I'm working at Applebee's and it was somebody's passion to open up Applebee's and run an Applebee's business, and they felt like they could do it really well, and then I'm going to work every single day and I don't even want to work at Applebee's, but I'm still working because I need the money, I'm putting more energy and time and focus into another man's dream before my own, which is actually YouTube. So I'm sitting here making a video right now because what do I look like putting somebody else's vision before I put my own? And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with jobs. I work a 9 to 5 right now, part-time, but I'm working one right now because I know that I need money to save and to be able to invest in myself. And it's important to make sure you have at least a certain amount of months of rent just in case anything happens. So I'm working with purpose and intention, but I would be a fool to put all of my dreams and my goals and my visions to the side to support another person or another man or woman's dream whenever I didn't even spend any time on my own. So that's why I say, no matter what you do, you make sure that you're waking up earlier than you have to go to work, at least 3 hours ahead, because you're going to need at least an hour to get ready. And if you actually need a commute as well, you got to take that into consideration. So you might want to wake up 4 hours early, but I recommend no later than 3 hours earlier than you have to go to your work, because whenever you wake up, that's when you're going to be more laser focused than anything else. And why not be laser focused on your dreams, your goals, your passions? You're going to go to that job anyways, whether or not you're laser focused or not as laser focused, you're going to that job anyway. So you might as well take advantage of that laser focused vibration that your body is in and use it for your own dreams, goals, and desires. But that's all that I'm saying today. I'm very, very blessed and very lucky to have this YouTube channel. I feel like I am fulfilling a purpose whenever I make videos, and I know that if, it's going to hit one person. If it doesn't hit everybody, is going to hit one person, and I don't know. I'm just so excited to be here. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful day. Holla at your girl. Be real or be real. Mwah.